Digging in the crates for something good.
What's the next?
Something.
Often misunderstood.
Good.
Cause you know there's no such thing as too much.
Just lady support stuff.
Miscellaneous important stuff.
Woo! Welcome back to the show. If you couldn't tell by the intro, that's my friend Keegan, and Keegan is on the show today. He's back. I think this is his third time being here. He's been here twice before. I don't really know what we talked about. That's a lie, I do. I think we talked about dreams and something else. I don't know. Go back and listen. They were great. But this week, we talked about creating consistently, how difficult that can be when you're in a relationship. We talked about my favorite Shia Labeouf GIF, and that's about it. I think he whispered to me at some point. We just sort of chatted. But also a quick note and a quick celebration. Today, when I'm posting this is the year anniversary of this podcast. Today, a year ago, I posted the first episode, and thank you to anybody who's been listening that whole time and you're still here with me. But I don't want to talk about that too much. You still have an episode to listen to, and that's what you're here for, I hope. So, it was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed too. Here it is. So tell me why you're not famous.
Maybe, I don't know. I just I get too tied up on what I should be working on at a certain time.
Like,
I have so many ideas that.
What are you working on right now?
A script, kind of.
Why are you making those sounds?
Because I will get really, really excited for an idea, and then as I keep going into it, I'm wondering who's going to even care about this? Am I even going to get this made? And then I'll have another idea, like I'll dip into the well of ideas that I have, and then I'll start working on that and getting really excited about that. But then it's fleeting.
You're scattered.
Yeah.
This feels like therapy right now. I like it.
Thank you.
So why do you feel this way?
Oh my God.
I get it though, because I've always been the same way. It's just like I'm overwhelmed by ideas, things that I wish I could do, want to do, need the money for, and there's no time. There's not enough resources. There's not enough people. You never have the things you need. So my question is, why don't you just do it anyway?
Because I don't want to make something that it represents me, but it's not good.
It'll never be good.
Oh, thanks. Wow. That's primo advice. Makes me not want to start at all.
No, it's never going to be. We were talking about this earlier. It's never going to be.
Do you mean good enough?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
It'll be good.
Okay.
Now, the thing is, it's always better than you think it is, though. Always.
Is it?
Yes. To other people, for sure. I mean, when you start out, it's bad. It's always bad. It's really bad.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But it gets better. And if you let the fear of it being bad and staying bad keep you from doing it, then you'll just never do it. I remember, so you know when Francis Ford Coppola came to OCCC?
Oh boy, do I!
do you really?
I do. I was there.
Did you? Were you at the talk thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Were you?
I was.
Huh.
And then I was here when he came back and shot his live cinema.
You went to? Did you go to the nighttime talk thing? You didn't go to the student talk thing.
I went to the student talk.
Oh, you were there and I was there. I don't remember talking to you there.
Well, I was setting up on the stage.
So was I.
You were?
Yes. All right. So let me
Okay,
just-
folks at home, we knew each other then.
Yeah.
Like we were friends then.
Well,
so
I
I
think-
don't know why we don't know about this.
I think I came in late for one thing, and I was probably in a back row. And so for anybody who doesn't know, Francis Ford Coppola came to OCCC, and he was doing his, well, he called it live cinema, right? Which is basically like a
Kind of a play.
like a
that's
live
like,
play
uh,
with cameras. So like a play would be on a stage,
But if
and
you-
it
if you-
happens right there.
If you said that to him, he's like, "No, it's not the same." And it's whatever.
All right, but he's not listening to this. I mean, to
You don't know.
well, maybe he is, but I'm saying to explain it, that's the easiest way to explain it. It's like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
play with a lot of different camera angles,
Yes.
so you can tell the story in a more cinematic way.
Yes.
So he came to do that, but then he also had an afternoon session answering questions for students, and then a nighttime session where there was like a moderator asking him questions.
It was like for the local news, I think, or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
And I asked him a question.
Did you
Yeah, I got
at the student one?
yes. So
all right.
I think I was sort of pushed. Like Greg wanted me, who's
Yeah.
like the director of the program. He wanted me to ask a question for whatever reason, maybe because there weren't good ones being asked.
No, there weren't.
So I stood up and I guess I was too quiet. But of course, when you stand up in the mic and you have like the speakers hitting you with the audio, you think you're being extremely loud and really nobody can hear you. So I don't think he heard me very well. But the question was about, I think I asked him if he ever feels like a movie is finished. Or like, does he ever like it and feel like it's done and it's what he wanted it to be, or does it always feel unfinished?
What'd he say?
I didn't get an answer really because
Was
I
it
don't
like,
think he
huh?
understood it. He answered something, but it wasn't.
It wasn't the answer.
No, I don't think he understood what I was saying.
Right.
I always wonder what he would say though, because I feel like he's the type of guy,
Yeah.
director. He wanted it to be very specific,
Yeah.
and I think he probably looks back on all of his movies and he thinks that's a piece of shit.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
So all of that to say,
Yeah.
why not just start? Like make like
Well,
just
I did for a little bit.
I know you made what was it? Living Hell.
Yeah. Yeah. Living Hell.
Check it out on YouTube.
Monsterful Media on YouTube if you want to.
And it's impressive. Like okay, I've watched it having not been a part of the process. I'm like, it's well done, especially considering that you are doing both parts.
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
writing it, you're doing the sound, you're doing the makeup, you're doing the editing. And it's good.
Yeah, I'm glad people like it, and I know people want to see more of it, but it's just such a time sink, and with like I'm putting a lot of time and money sometimes into it, and there's not a lot of
Payoff?
yeah, which I get it. I know art isn't something that you should go in expecting to make a living off of immediately.
Let's not even call it art. Let's call it entertainment.
Thanks.
No, I just mean like let's
No,
not,
you're not wrong.
Let's
That's
not
I-
be the guys who are like, but it's
Well, no,
as
like-
an artist.
well, like, and anything that is like I don't know. It's not like goods for services kind of thing. Like you're just making this on your own, and
Yeah, people have to decide that it's entertaining.
I just remember one time like somebody had seen it and was like, oh man, why don't you do that like full time? I'm like,
I'd love to.
like were you gonna pay me to do it? Because
Yeah.
I can't, and I don't know. It's just I bit off more than I could chew when I was trying to release it weekly.
Liar.
Hey,
Because you were doing it.
I did it for 8 weeks because I had 8 episodes and I was trying to catch up, but life got in the way.
As it does.
And
You had a season though. 8. That's a great season.
yeah, and you were telling me before we podcast, like you gave me like that's a really good solid idea. Is like come up with 5 episodes and that's a season. Film all of the like write them, film them, edit them, and then start releasing them. That's the season.
Yeah, because isn't that how the rest of us consume media right now anyway? Like we get a season, we watch them, and then we're like, oh, I can't wait for next season.
The problem is like if you want like a consistent audience on YouTube, you need to at the very least upload a video a week, and that's like the least you can do is a video a week.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's not normal television.
Well, I mean, it can be.
I think no, like if I had an idea of something that could be released weekly, then I could, like, in between that, release Living Hell. And,
yeah.
You know.
Did you get excited about making that, though?
Yes, of course.
Well, then that's a good sign.
I still have ideas for Living Hell. Like,
see, it'll pay off.
Leonard's not going away.
So my theory on anybody who can make money doing that sort of thing is that the ones that do really well at it are the ones that are consistent and that keep doing it when everyone else stops. And I've thought that for a long time now. While other people back off, they decide to change careers or they give up, the ones that just keep doing it even though there's nobody watching and nobody listening, eventually it works out. Do you believe that? I believe that. Because I've seen it happen. You think YouTube? I don't want to. There's just some people on there that the quality of their stuff's not great.
Right.
Part of that's because they haven't done it long enough, or that they just maybe their channel's more about information or education, but quality's pretty low. But they're making money with it because they just did it and they didn't worry about whether or not people were watching, or they didn't worry about what the quality was. They're just like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like half the battle's starting and continuing, because there's always that point where it's not fun anymore because you don't have any audience. I mean, half the fun of making stuff is somebody watching it or listening to it.
Yeah, just getting some form of feedback.
Yeah, if nobody cares, or it feels like nobody cares, nobody wants to do it.
Yeah.
But if you assume that eventually somebody will care,
yeah,
I think it makes it easier.
Yeah. No, like, people still care. Like, I'll get messages, like, just ask me how it's been. Then, like, the next question is, like, where's Living Hell? Where's, like, but then, you know, like, I don't really have a follow-up to that. I don't know.
See, like, I've cared about you for a long time.
Aww.
And I'm like, I know you don't care, but I'm, like, assuming eventually you will care about me, and that keeps me going.
What? Jay, I always care about you. Like,
I'm kidding.
No, don't kid about things
don't
like
kid?
that. Well, kid, but don't kid about me not caring about you.
It was fun.
No. It's I don't know. I constantly, like, I know that I need to be doing this.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't have, this is going to sound pretentious, but if I didn't have all of these ideas that I keep getting and I keep having to write them down, if I didn't, like, if the floodgates weren't constantly open, then I'd probably be like, oh, well, maybe I should be an accountant or a normal job.
Yeah, one that makes pretty good money, probably.
So, something that I could actually, like, focus my time on and be like, oh, I get really good at this, and, like, this is my job now. And I wouldn't feel upset about it, or like, man, I'm not living up to my potential. But I am constantly just thinking of things, ideas for stories, for characters, for little YouTube skits.
Yeah.
And there's gotta be a reason for that, and I just need to do it. But that being said, the floodgate is always open, and it's a constant stream, and there are too many ideas, and I don't know what to focus on. Should I focus on something that I like in the moment, or should I focus on something that has a long shelf life?
Well, I think, what do you eventually want to be doing? Do you only want to make stuff that excites you in the long run? If you in an ideal world,
yes, of course. Like,
then I think you make what's exciting in the moment. That's what I think.
Oh my god!
Because if that's where you eventually want to be,
but that moment is always fleeting.
Well, but I mean, if you start it immediately, and if there are ideas that can be done pretty quickly,
see, like, you say that, like, do something that you're excited, like the moment it's like, oh my, eureka, it strikes, and you work on it and you keep working on it. You can't just write the whole thing in one sitting.
Well, if you're talking about writing, no, and if you're talking about writing a long script, then no. But you could work on whatever excites you in that moment and come back to the other stuff.
Yeah,
because you're still making progress on all these things.
But it doesn't feel that way. It feels like, oh, I'm abandoning this, and I'm going to go work on something else, and everything's half finished. I have a bunch of half finished stuff that's like I don't have something complete to show somebody.
Yeah, I don't know. That's tough because I think there is a point where like every project isn't fun, but you have to push through to the end to make it. So then it's fulfilling. But so is it because it's getting difficult? Is that when you did?
It's not like, well, like I said, life gets in the way. Something like going on at your job can just ruin your day, and you try not to think about it, but it keeps creeping back up, and not even like the thought of it, just the feeling of it, you know?
Yeah. And
it can just sap your energy, and you just don't want to do it. You just want to kick back and, I don't know, watch Netflix or something.
Of course, but that's the time. That's the time you should be working.
Exactly.
Because that's when nobody else is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know it's tough, though, because I do the same thing, and sometimes I just don't want to do it.
Well, then you got to worry about your mental health, too.
Yes, but I've also thought for a long time that to get to where you want to be, you have to assume it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Mm-hmm.
And that you can't just kind of coast in and assume that you're just going to make money. You're going to make money living the life that everyone wants to live.
Right.
You got to suffer a little bit.
Of course. Yeah, no, I'm not denying that.
I know,
I'm not like saying like, why am I not making money out of my silly my roommate's demon TV show?
No, I know.
Man.
But I think but I'm just saying, like, when those feelings that everyone has where you're just like, yeah, of course you want to go home and you want to like relax because work sucks sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes those are the nights that you have to like force yourself to work and remind yourself like, this is the moment where I should be working even though I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I approach it. I don't know if that's the best way. That's just
it's the Jay Sheldon way.
No, and I don't know. Maybe it's not the best way. But to me that's a reminder like, yeah, if you have a bad day at work, and if you don't want to be there, you want to move on, you want to do something else, like to me that's also a reminder like, okay, this is I got to lean further into this other thing.
Yeah.
Even though I don't want to.
No, you're not wrong. Like, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just need to be better. I just need to be better for you, Jay.
No, I'm not trying to be harsh.
If we could all be like Jay Shelton, I think the world would be.
You mean making no money podcasting and no money creating other content?
Yes.
Oh, well, most people are like me.
You say that I'm actually kind of being serious about that. Yeah, if we could all be like just that mindset. Like, you got to get through it.
But I'm not always good at it either. It's just how I'm feeling pretty motivated right now, but I feel like there's going to be lots of times where I need somebody to tell me that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't always feel that way.
You want to reach out to me and I'll reach out to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe these things to be true, but it doesn't always feel right. Like I say them out loud, but there are plenty of days where I'm like, I just don't want to. I just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But I think that's the weird thing about creativity too. Like you can't help yourself, but it also feels, I don't know, maddening in a way.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. It's almost like we're in a place of madness.
You stop that right now.
But I sound like I'm like exasperated. I'm really not. It's I don't have like, I don't feel like, oh man, I'm never gonna do anything, because I'm doing things, but it's scattershot.
Yeah. Maybe you just haven't found the thing that you're like, I'm going down this path for a while.
Maybe.
Maybe you're just looking.
I want something to show somebody is, I think, my main problem. And writing a screenplay that's like 90 pages long and you take forever to write that. That's not something you can just instantly show somebody.
No. I mean, the screenplay, sure, if they should read it.
No, yeah.
You can't show the movie to them.
You take a long time to write that. But yeah, and then like it's only a select group of people. Yeah, it doesn't have mass appeal just to read words on a page. So
modern day, it's like nobody wants to read words on pages.
Am I wrong?
Not completely.
Wrong?
I mean, people love to read.
That's true. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, books are a thing.
They're still available out there. There's libraries. There's bookstores.
No, and you fucking. This is a bad example. Very bad example.
All right, start over.
That's
We'll
my
pretend
bad.
like he didn't say it.
That's not true.
I won't edit it out, but we'll pretend like he didn't say it.
No, we're gonna keep it going. I did say that, and let everybody hear it, and let them know that Keegan Parrish is an idiot.
Use your last name.
What?
Wow.
Let them. They're gonna look if they want to look up Monsterful Media and
That's
Living
true.
Hell. They're gonna find out my last name.
They will see your face.
Yeah.
They will
And you
see
know
it.
what? Good. Please go check out Monsterful Media.
Yeah.
And hopefully in the next coming months, like there will be more consistency. Probably won't be Living Hell, but it'll be something else. Living Hell will come.
That
If you know what I
sounds
mean.
like real dark. Living Hell will come.
Very, very, very upbeat. Yes, and suffering and just
Darkness.
Armageddon is nigh, and Hail Satan. But
You heard it here first.
yeah, Hail Satan.
That's good. Look, you promoting. See, I'm terrible at promoting.
What are you talking? You got? Is there things that I should say like in here that I feel like you have the thought process to promote?
Yeah, that's the weird thing. But I don't say it out loud because I also am.
Have you been on other people's podcast or something like, and not just like
one? I haven't put it all out there yet, or I wait. It's like I only take half my own advice. You know?
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm gonna turn the tables on my help to turn tables.
Well, no, but I know that about myself.
Right.
Like I'm doing the thing. I'm creating.
Right. Yeah.
But then telling people, look at me. I've just never been good at that.
Yeah. Because we're taught to be modest and we're taught to be like humble.
But it's also very uncomfortable. I don't believe that it's good either. I don't want to tell people to look at it. I want people to find it themselves and then decide that it's good.
No.
Hey, it works.
Does it?
Yeah, it takes much longer.
For people to just stumble upon it? I mean, I think, yeah. Well, I don't know. If you want,
I'm not saying I won't promote. I know I'm not very good at it.
Okay. I don't know how to follow that up, but
I don't know. Do your best.
just all I can say is no. Promote. Always promote. Like, don't be a whore. But
Oh, you know me.
oh well, Jay, you need to calm down.
You know me very intimately.
I told you not to talk about that. Yeah. You have the mindset to do it. You get like shirts ready.
Like I know the things you need. I've done enough advertising and marketing where I know the game, I guess.
Yeah.
But then maybe that's part of it. I just don't feel like doing it because I do enough of it.
You just need to hire somebody.
Maybe eventually.
A marketing professional.
I also just sort of want to live in the creating phase.
Okay.
You know, and if I can get to a point where I don't really need to promote it, like I'm not desperate for money, then I could just create and say, well, people can find it, or they can not.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're all just figuring it out.
Just floating through the ether, man. Just, creating's hard. And yeah, I think the more people that realize that, I don't know what I'm trying to say, Jay.
I most of the time just assume that nobody's or everyone is not very happy with me.
Okay. Well, just about what? Like you making things, or you just not?
Me as a person.
Where did this come from? What is this about?
Not about anything. It's just like that. That's always been my mindset too. So I'm very. I keep most of my stuff to myself because I always feel that way.
Oh, okay.
I've learned a lot in therapy. So
I should probably get a therapist.
I'm telling you, it's like the best investment.
Yeah,
for sure.
No, I'll get right on that. With all that money I'm making at my $13 an hour job.
When I started,
go watch Mustful Media, please.
When I started, I didn't feel like I had the money to do it, but I did it anyway.
Right.
I know that's not realistic for everyone, but that's how I did it. I was like, I don't know if I can even afford this, but I'm gonna at least try it for X number of months.
Yeah.
You know, and if I have to put it on a credit card or whatever, then I'll do it.
Yeah. Because
it was so important to me. Now it still is. Like it's such a huge part of my life.
Yeah.
I don't tell everybody about it, but I'm also comfortable talking about it. I think there's just people are weird about therapy.
Yeah.
You know.
No, yeah. Or not to like disparage my mother because I love my mother, but I mentioned her one time, like, I'm thinking about doing therapy, like just getting some therapy. She's like, no, don't do that. I'm like,
why?
I'm like, why? She's like, therapy's for crazy people.
Yes.
I'm like, okay.
And we are all a little crazy.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't help to just talk to somebody and like figure things out.
No.
So, no.
It doesn't help to just talk to somebody else who also probably has their own set of issues.
Right.
Like, it's helpful, like, because you're talking through things.
Yeah. But, well, like, it's not their job, and then like they'll relate whatever issue you're having to something that they're having, and it's
Yeah.
So therapy's
I think I read this or somebody put it this way, but it's like trying to reason through it with your own brain doesn't make sense because you're reasoning through your own problems with your own your broken brain.
Right.
Like it's like trying to fix a car engine with the broken parts in the car engine. Like it does not work.
Yeah.
You need someone else to look at you and say, "Do you hear what you're saying?"
Well, there's your problem.
Yeah. Well, there's your problem. Seriously, that's that is where I've learned the most. Just saying things out loud and then having a guy sit across from me and go, "Here's what I'm thinking."
Mm-hmm.
Based on what you're saying, you probably don't even know you're saying it or why you're saying it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. It really is.
It really is.
Well, when he described to me like how it works, so I never really thought about it, like what that process actually is. It just like it sort of blew my mind.
Yeah.
You know, you just think of
you see how the sausage is made.
Yeah. Because you think of it just like a guy sitting there listening, but he sort of explained that, like, I don't know, he would say it better, but basically getting in sync with the person sitting there next to you, like on, what did he call it? It's like co-process.
Co-process.
You know, I'm probably getting that wrong, but yeah, I think that was it.
No, it makes sense. Like,
he's sort of like in sync with the person you're sitting across from, like under like I think you gotta have like a.
You should have your therapist on for an episode.
I've thought about that.
I don't know. Is that allowed?
I assume it could be allowed. I don't know if it's a good idea. I think I should have a therapist on.
Right.
I don't know if I want. Because then I don't know.
You best not to bring him into your like world.
Yeah,
right?
And he could listen, and like he may listen or look at other things I've done, but
right. Okay.
But it's probably better to keep that like therapist patient.
Yeah.
But I would love to talk to a therapist about like just what they do and how they do it and why they do it.
Absolutely.
That's I've sent. Oh yeah, you know my favorite GIF.
No, you send me a lot of GIFs.
I send you probably the same one over and over again. You just might think it's a lot of GIFs.
Is it the one that you sent me before I came over here?
Nah, because that wasn't a GIF. That was a video.
Oh my god.
Do you want me to? Here, I'm gonna play it on the mic for everybody.
Okay. Oh no, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, here's the video. If anybody hasn't checked it out, you should go look up banana bread on YouTube. I think this will probably be the first thing that shows up.
Hell yeah!
He's just talking about banana bread. So,
The absolutely thing is that's Shia LaBeouf.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the crazy thing about that is I don't know. Do you know the Shia LaBeouf GIF origin story?
For that?
Yeah.
No.
Nobody does. That's the fun
What's that
thing.
from? Is it a talk show?
Yeah, he was on a talk show, and you can look up clips to the talk show, and they have segments of him talking, but they don't have that moment. So I want to do a story about it. I want to like call the show. I want to do like an investigative journalist type story where I figure it out. Because it bothers me. I love that GIF.
I wonder if it's like a in between like segment, like when they went to commercial.
I don't know, but how do they get that?
They have Steve Carell has that on his show. Like he'll tell stories in between.
Yeah, but how did somebody find that clip?
They posted that.
But I've looked up clips. You can only find 2 on YouTube, and I think maybe I've looked it up on Hulu, and they didn't have that episode available.
I think you're going to be disappointed with how much of a mystery this is not.
I don't know.
Like
Hey, somebody out there find it for me. Somebody else has looked, and they couldn't find it.
Okay.
Even if it is
Jay?
hard to find, I'll make
Jay?
it into a story.
Jay.
Yeah, get in real close.
Sounds to me like we have a mystery.
Yes. What was my line?
I don't know. Yes.
Yes, we do. All right, back to the mystery.
And then like just like awkward standing and cuts to a different scene.
Yeah, that would be our show.
Yeah.
we have like,
Miscellaneous important mysteries.
see, there's so many
There you
possibilities here.
That's the name of your
brand.
title for the whatever the episode is.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I did it. See, floodgates always open.
I know, but then you just like jump right in with the water. You just ride
Yeah.
that flood wave.
And then I hit a rock. And
That's the
canoe
fun part.
sinks. And I'm drowning
That's the fun
in
part.
creativity. Does any of this sound not pretentious?
And there I am, just
Just
water on my brow.
just life. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Heavy breath.
We know a thing or two about.
Right words.
Like if 2 people are gonna know what we're referencing.
I feel like everyone knows somebody who does that.
Just life and kids, man.
I see.
Your art. Is
I never want to be like the pretentious artist type.
No.
Even if you were to call me an artist or whatever.
Right.
I think I look at what we want to do the same as you would look at any other job. There are difficult parts about it,
Right.
and there are problems with this career just like anything else.
Okay, this career, what would you define yourself as?
A creative.
A creative.
That's how I have been lately. Not a creative, not creative
You're
as a
not
person.
you're not just a podcaster. You're not just.
I am a creative. I
Okay.
feel like that's the best way to describe it because
Yeah.
I'm into so many different things.
Mhm.
I do want to make movies. I have made movies,
Mhm.
podcasting, music.
Yeah.
I've always loved music and trying to play more music. I mean, learning to draw. I haven't really done that yet, but just like all things creative.
Yeah.
Just like I am a creative. I mean, what would you say?
For me, entertainer.
Ooh, I like that one.
Like that's all. I want to write stories that people like. I want to direct stories that people like. I want to act in things that people like.
And probably be a stripper too, right? Because
Absolutely.
that
Well,
word-
that's very entertaining. So
Yeah.
I think you know what the answer
Well,
is.
usually
A
when someone's
resounding yes.
What do you say? Like, you ask somebody, "What do you do for a living?" They're like, "I'm an entertainer." You're like, "Oh,
Mhm.
what club? Like what strip club?"
It's a trophy room. That's
Is that right? What days are you on stage?
every day.
Every day.
I'm a hard worker.
Are you going there after
I work hard
this?
for you.
I work hard for ones.
Oh, they make bank. Anyway,
Some of them.
that's true. I guess I don't know. I don't really know much about the.
I don't either, but I have to imagine it's
Industry.
like
I guess it's like any other job.
it'd be like a service job where you would get tips, right? That if you do really good, then
Or if you have like a returning customer who's just like really
Yeah.
enamored with you, but then that can probably get dangerous.
yeah.
How do we get here? How do we get to the stripper?
We were talking about art.
There we go. And it is an art.
Isn't it? I mean, it's
I can't do it, so yeah, sure, why not? I don't know.
I mean,
Jay, we're off the rails.
This is where I like to be. Honestly,
I don't know where to go from here.
so if you were a stripper,
Yeah.
come on my show. We're gonna talk about the art of stripping.
Sure. Yeah.
I would love actually to have a conversation about that. I imagine there are several different ways of looking at it, and several different ways that people in that profession do look at it.
Right.
I mean, for some, it's probably just, you want to make some quick money. I think there are others that probably take it a little more seriously and are probably more talented at it.
Yeah.
Because it is dancing too. Like if you
That's true.
If you can actually dance,
a lot of physicality to it.
Acrobatics.
Yeah.
Like that stuff's impressive. Because now they have what is it called? There's one just down the street from me, I think, where it's like pole dancing, but it's
is it the Dollhouse? Isn't that like a burlesque thing or something?
I think they do that type of show there, but there's like a workout studio where you can like learn to pole dance, and not like you're training to go
right. No, it's just something to
because you can do the crazy.
Yeah,
I don't even know what those moves are, but it's a workout.
You're just swinging around a pole.
Yeah. Like the pole I have in the center of this room.
Yeah. Those at home can't see it, but Jay has a very nice pole. If you know what I mean.
See, I can't say things like that forever. Because eventually this will be video, and I can't make references to things.
And isn't that exciting?
It is exciting. Yeah,
that's great. You're moving from not just audio, but video.
See, I think that has been one of the most exciting things about doing this is, like I said, I jumped into it knowing that it wasn't going to be as good as I wanted. And that is frustrating.
Yeah.
Because I get what you're saying. You don't want to put stuff out where you're like, I know it's bad.
I don't like to make, because it's me. It's me I'm putting out there.
I don't either. But I made a promise to myself because I feel like most days I have to, everything I put out has to be good or at least at a certain standard. And I kind of wanted to do something where I didn't have to care.
Yeah.
But just by doing this every week, it gets better. And to see the progress and see like the things I've added and like to see myself change and the quality change and then to add video, like that's been like the fun part that I probably didn't think about in the beginning. The progress. To see the progress.
Yeah. Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Being positive
That's
here.
good. I like that.
Seeing
like slowly but surely you'll win the race.
That's how I'm trying to look at it. Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be things that I will not put out if I'm not happy with them. This was just supposed to be the thing that I could put out and not care.
Right.
I'm never going to be the person that just is like, it's probably fine the way it is. I'll probably hate it, or I'll like want to work on it till I don't totally hate it. And that's fine.
Yeah.
But like if this, it's gone off the rails, as you say.
Yeah, that's true.
But see, that's fine.
It was fun. It was exciting. I didn't know where we were going to go. Yeah. I got scared, but it was also fun.
Yeah. And like if that's not great for people, this is like the one spot where I'm just like, okay.
All right. And if you don't like me at my worst, you can't handle me at my...
That's what I always say on Tinder. And I get no matches.
I'd be like, oh, that's a swipe. Oh well, thank you.
Are you dating?
Me?
Yeah.
Or why are you asking?
You
want to go on a date?
I was looking, to go on a date. No, just curious because
I haven't been on Tinder or any of the dating apps for a while because first off, I'm trying to work on me.
Oh, I was hoping you would say that. I'm just trying to work on myself.
Well,
I mean, it's the truth.
It is. I'm honestly like,
it's just so cliche.
Like I'm losing weight, so that's good. I'm feeling better in my own body.
That is good.
And then like I also want to work on more creative stuff. And the problem with being in a relationship, not that there's anything wrong with being in a relationship, but like
for someone in your position,
right,
and what you're trying to do,
my free time needs to be devoted to being creative. So it's go to work, come home, work on something, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, come home, work on something. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
That grind.
Yeah, oh my god, I hate the like you gotta hustle, you gotta grind.
That
but
grind life.
Like it's true, but I hate the people who use it.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't. Well, because it's become like just a popular thing to
man,
say.
you just gotta grind. You gotta go on that grind.
While
Whatever.
those people are not grinding,
No.
they are talking about grinding.
Well, yeah, and that's their grind, man.
Yeah,
That's their YouTube channel. It's just them to do the daily grind.
y'all got to get out there and hustle. Well, how are you
Hustle.
hustling?
It's
Talking
every day.
about hustling.
It's every day, bro, with that Disney Channel flow. I want to eat a bullet.
Yeah. So, well, do you get lonely then?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's it. That's the end of the episode.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's a Shia Labeouf.
That's
GIF.
did you see that? You would see that if we had cameras. Don't worry, they're coming.
They're coming. I mean, I feel the same way. It's like I'm torn almost every day where I'm like, I sort of want a relationship, but then at the same time, I'm like, I gotta keep on this path.
Like I
have to.
Absolutely. God, I keep saying it.
Absolutely.
I keep saying it. No, it's I get sad sometimes. I'm like, man, I just wish I was in a relationship. But like then like why? Why do you are you sad because you don't have somebody to come home to, or what's the?
Well, I think there's like really good parts about a relationship. And if
yeah.
you were where you wanted to be, then a relationship would be awesome.
Yeah.
But because you're not, then if you were in one, it would just feel like you're being held back. And it's okay for me to say that because you're not with somebody right now. If you had a girlfriend, I'm like,
okay.
I'd be like, you probably feel like you're being held back.
Just she's not good for you. No,
She doesn't listen, does she?
she doesn't listen. No, she doesn't listen to anything I do.
Oh, get out of that relationship.
Oh, girl.
Honey.
Honey, what are we doing? No, yeah. I'm just not like in a place that can sustain a relationship.
You're saying all the right things.
Yeah, I know.
I'm working on myself. I'm just not in.
I'm not in a place where I can sustain a relationship. It's the fucking truth. Like, if I'm dead serious,
Okay.
if I'm gonna go into a relationship and I'm not, like, I know people who can't stand not being in a relationship.
Oh yeah, I know those people too.
And they tie their self-worth to who they're with and what that person thinks about them.
Yeah, but those people probably want different things in life too.
True.
So maybe that's exactly where they should be.
Yeah, fine. I don't think it's healthy. I think you need to be okay with yourself before you're
Yeah,
in a relationship.
I
But
agree.
like, not saying don't date, but
You know what that means though?
what does that mean?
I'll never be in a relationship.
Jay, oh my God.
I will never be okay with. Are you looking at what is going on? Look like everyone else can't look, but you can look me in the eyes and you can look at my body.
Jay, I've had 2 beers and you had 1, and I feel like you're more drunk than I am. You're drunk with power.
I mean,
And-
this is my podcast, so I can do whatever I want.
That's true.
I'm definitely not drunk, but I'm having fun with you. That's for sure.
Well, just, I thought I was having fun, so I guess
I thought this was.
I thought this was fun.
Clearly I was wrong. So I guess this is over.
Oh, I guess that's the end of the podcast. Goodbye, everybody. Miscellaneous and important stuff.
You don't sing the outro, okay?
Just be quiet. Just go sleep.
Just bring it down real low now, okay?
Just everybody, just an awkward moment. This is just another. Little did you know this is a sequel to the awkward episode.
Oh, that was a good episode.
That was a good. Was it?
I don't know.
I don't remember it. I haven't listened to it since it came
So
out.
we were going to talk about memory, and obviously,
Oh my God, we were.
well, we're short on time, but no, that where'd my memory go? That reminded me
Yeah.
that I don't remember anything I've said on any episode, really.
Oh,
Isn't that weird?
that is weird.
Well, I mean, what do you remember from the episodes you said with me, other than the topic? Name one thing you said.
I probably said absolutely.
Probably,
I
but you don't
probably-
remember it.
I probably said, oh yeah.
But do you
or I probably did this. Mm-hmm.
But do you remember it?
No.
Isn't that weird?
Were you going to use that if we went off on memory?
I did want to. Well, I won't tell you because we can do it later.
Okay.
So I had some ideas for memory.
It's a trilogy.
But it is interesting how memory is mostly fuzzy. We don't remember it in the details or the exact thing said. Or
No, yeah.
We remember moments. We remember faces and.
That's why eyewitness testimony is unreliable.
Oh my God, it's the worst.
Yeah.
I think he did it. I think that was him.
Oh, but they say it matter-of-factly because they don't want to be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they can't stray from that story. They're
Right.
That happened.
May I remind you, you're under oath.
Yeah, it happened. What? Because if you don't know you're lying, it's not really a lie.
That's true.
If a lie happens in the woods, but the trees, there's nobody around to hear it.
Do you prosecute?
Yeah, that's the question.
It's the age-old...
The age-old question.
It's the old adage.
Yeah, lawyers have been asking themselves for years.
What do you... I don't know how to follow that up.
I heard this great joke.
Yeah.
2 days ago.
Mm.
I'm gonna say it.
Mm.
I won't give him credit by name, but if he's listening, then he'll know that I'm using this joke, and I appreciate the joke. Also, he got it from somebody else. So
Okay,
it's
yeah,
all right,
so
let's all
whatever.
let's all calm down, okay? Let me make sure I don't mess it up.
All right.
Okay. Keegan.
Yo.
Keegan.
Yeah.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know, Jay. Why?
To get to the idiot's house. Knock, knock.
Oh, no. Come in. Who's there?
The chicken.
Oh, no. Jay,
You ruined the joke.
that might be the funniest fucking thing I have ever heard.
It's a lie.
And yes, I purposely ruined the joke.
It's a good joke.
If you ever want to just shit on somebody's parade and they say knock knock, say come in.
And I should just went with it. Come in. The chicken. Oh, shit.
Bagok. Just the chicken walks in and says, the chicken.
You're like, wait, what?
What? I'm very confused.
I'm here.
This is a David Lynch film?
Yes. Keegan, we're out of time.
We are very much out of time.
This has been great. What did we cover today? Let's recap.
Yeah.
We talked about monsterful media.
Yes.
We talked about creating.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about how difficult it is to create on your own terms.
Yes.
We talked about lying in the woods. Lying not
Just laying down in the woods.
lying
Getting in touch with nature.
telling a lie in the woods.
Yes.
We talked about strippers.
This is strippers.
We talked about. Give me one. Come on.
We talked about the people who are pretentious and overly
Pretentious artists.
yes, and we don't want to be that.
Yeah.
We just want to create.
I think we've covered it all.
Yeah. I think this is ladies and gentlemen, this is the final episode of Miscellaneous Important Stuff. We've covered it all.
Nope, but we're gonna go right back through the catalog of miscellaneous things. We're starting over.
What?
It's the final episode, and then I'll go back to the beginning.
Oh yeah.
I'll name it.
Time is a flat circle. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's recap.
Okay.
We've covered flat circles. Okay, no, really, we gotta go.
Yeah.
This was great. It was fun. You might hate it, but it was still good.
Trust me, I do.
Cool. All right, Keegan. Thanks for being here. Thanks for caring about me. We also covered that you've always cared, and come back soon.
Okay, Epstein didn't kill himself.
You know what I just realized? I should stop recording these outros long after I record the show. It's a bad habit because I also forget about what we talked about. And I don't know, here we are. I do know that Epstein didn't kill himself, at least according to Keegan. I listened to the end, I listened to the beginning, and I probably listened to a little bit of the middle. And maybe that's enough, but I'm talking far too long about that. I just want to say before I go, thank you again to anyone who's listened to this show in the last year. It has meant a lot to me. It means more than I would be able to put into words. It's been a lot of fun for me to do this show. I'm excited to do more. And it's definitely been a learning process. I still feel like I know nothing, but when I look back at the beginning, it gets me excited about the progress that I've made. So thank you. I appreciate you so much. But anyway, if you like this episode, please let me know. If you hated this episode, please let me know. And if you have any ideas for future episodes, please let me know. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next week.